Today's video, I'm talking about concealed carry nationally and whether or not national reciprocity will become a thing, and if it does, what are the issues that it may pose to everyday citizens. So if you don't know, national reciprocity is essentially a bill which is currently hopefully going to be passed by Congress, which is H.R. 38. If that passes, it's going to move on to the Senate and then to be signed by the president and become ordered across the United States, which would be amazing. Basically, being that your permit to carry in one state would become your driver's license, essentially, to then carry in another state. So, right, a driver's license, you get it in your home state, and then you can drive across all states. There's no question about it. You can take your car from state to state. That's not even an issue. So why isn't it the same way right now with your concealed carry weapon? Right now, you would have to get a permit to carry from that other state, unless, of course, their laws dictate that you don't need one, such as being a constitutional carry state, in which case you don't need a permit except for the one from your home state. So it's very complicated right now in how it works when it comes to concealed carry, unfortunately. And a lot of cross mentions has been made to the driver's license being the point of reference of how this should ideally work. However, there are still a few issues with that, namely being that the driver's license, when you learn the rules of the road, you're able to then go ahead and drive in another state knowing the same rules of the road almost across the board. There are a couple of minor differences, but usually it's the same, right? Except when it comes to concealed carry, especially being a New Jersey citizen like myself, there are a ton of limits and laws that you need to know if you're going to carry here compared to, let's say, Pennsylvania, Ohio, or many other states. Now, my goal of bringing up these flaws is not to dull the mood at all. I'm really hoping that this passes and is going to be beneficial for all of us. However, I just want to bring up a few points that hopefully we can work on in terms of laws in the future, but also so that everyone is aware of these things if they do travel to New Jersey or similar states. Just knowing the local laws is going to help out a ton. Number one is going to be the permits. Again, some states allow you to carry if you're a citizen without needing to get a permit whatsoever. Now, while I do think you should get a permit in whatever state you're in, and that will hopefully let you carry in other states with this law being passed in the future, if it is passed, then obviously the states that have higher cost permits, such as New Jersey, which is $200, not including the fingerprinting, compared to Pennsylvania, which is like 20 or 30 bucks, right? So there's a huge difference there. Why does one state have to pay more than the other? There'll probably be multiple lawsuits about that. I'm sure there already are about permit cost. And I know Governor Murphy here in New Jersey wants to even increase that cost. Now, besides for the actual cost of the permit, there's also the fact that different permits have different qualifications, such as in New Jersey, you have to actually pass a shooter's qual. Compared to Pennsylvania, I don't think you have to do any sort of actual shooting qualification to get your concealed carry permit. So huge differences there compared to a driver's license. While yes, multiple states have differences, they're all mainly the same. You're gonna have to do some driving on the road with an instructor in the car watching you, right? So is that going to be the same exact course throughout? Is there going to be like a national permit that you can get and then you're good in all states? Exactly how the details of this is going to work has not been fully figured out yet. Now, a huge one, which is going to be magazine capacity limitations. So in New York, New Jersey, California, as well as they're trying to pass it in other states, which is horrible, you are limited to 10 rounds, maybe a varying number, inside of your concealed carry handgun or any gun for that matter, which is horrible. So if I drive over a state line with a regular size capacity magazine, all of a sudden you can end up in huge trouble. So you're going to have to be very wary of these things. Next up is going to be the actual locations of where you can carry. Again, this is going to vary from state to state, but here in NJ, there are a ton of restrictions of where you can actually bring your CCW even after getting one. For example, local parks such as county parks, anything that's state controlled, essentially you cannot carry your concealed firearm in. When in other states such as Pennsylvania, Ohio, anywhere that basically doesn't have a sign on it, and even then you'll get trespassing, not necessarily will you get in huge trouble or get your CCW taken away. There are huge differences in terms of consequences to the law when carrying in those places. And my last point is going to be ammunition. For many that don't know, in New Jersey, hollow point ammunition is basically banned, all right? You can't be in a defensive situation using that ammo, which is a whole different conversation and a different video I can make in the future, but really sucks, and a lot of people may not know this, especially if they're coming from out of state and they end up in NJ and they have to use whatever ammo they have on them, right? If you have to buy a different kind of ammo to go to a different state, that's ridiculous. And it's unfortunate that it's already the case. Now, obviously, national concealed carry reciprocity would be amazing and a huge step forward in terms of our rights as citizens and I would love to see it happen. Now, if you think of any other flaws that may come up, go ahead, leave them down in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them, and hopefully we can work on those also in the future. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, because we have awesome content coming in very, very soon. And we are raising, right now, we're almost at 613. I'm so happy to be hitting that number here on Modern Maccabee. So really appreciate each and every one of you subscribers, and I hope to make you happy with great videos.